Hello everybody, my name is Will Leishman and I am a licensed construction management operator here in the United States. Behind me is one of the job sites that I've been working on for the past month or so, and I've been doing this kind of work for the past 3 years. It's been a joy and a pleasure to be able to take people's properties and make them into something beautiful, something that brings them joy and something that also is functional. I've been around a lot of different contractors and I've worked with several different ones. Sometimes I can hire them as subcontractors or people who work underneath me to perform a function that I don't know how to do or that I do not want to do. And the way that that works is by finding someone who you trust and bringing them on board your crew, and you instruct them on how to perform the task at hand. When going to select these subcontractors, it's important to make sure that they are licensed and insured. And the reason that I am giving you this public service announcement is that if these people are not licensed and insured, when problems go wrong on a job site, then that falls back to me, or if you are the consumer hiring these subcontractors, it falls to you. And this is a big deal because in the state of Utah, there are over 45,000 different companies who are each doing construction. And working with them can be a pleasure until it's not. And when it is no longer a pleasure, then it becomes a pain, because now I have to cover for where they don't. You as a consumer will have to cover where your contractor falls short. That means that if they make a mistake, unless they are licensed and insured, all of that falls back to you. The state has a rule of enforcing these things. Any construction work that is performed in a business structure, in other words, if you are paying someone to work for you or with you, they must be licensed and insured. And if you are being paid to perform a labor, you also must be licensed and insured. There are a whole bunch of different options for licensing in Utah. There are specialty licenses and there are general licenses. A general license will cover all of the specialties, whereas a specialty will only cover 1 to 3 different areas of the construction field. The course to get these is very simple, and you can find out more information on that on utah.dopl.gov, and they can walk you through how to obtain a license. They can also walk you through how to find out if your contractors are licensed. This is a big deal in Utah and in the whole United States, because in the entire United States there are over 750,000 different contracting companies. And if we don't know who is licensed and unlicensed, it makes it very difficult to know who to work with and work for. If you're going into the workforce, there's over 750,000 companies that employ 7.4 million people, which means that they are working with over $2 trillion worth of work each year. That's annually. Therefore, there's a lot of money that can be made, and it's very attractive for people to go into this business. But if you come into it and you're not licensed and you're not insured and you don't have the proper training to perform the work, you're going to cause issues. I worked with a company who tried to build a swimming pool. They didn't know how to dig it correctly, they didn't know how to backfill against the sides, and they didn't know how to pour the concrete correctly. That pool broke and flooded their entire neighborhood. 2 of the 3 homes in the neighborhood had to be almost fully remodeled because of the water damage. And this company who did it was unlicensed and uninsured, and therefore it fell back to the consumer who hired them. As you're going through and looking for people to hire, I call out to make sure that these people are licensed and insured, and if they are not, to avoid using them. If you avoid using them, you can always find more that are. As I said, there's over 40,000 companies, and you can always find them and find out who is insured and not insured by going on to utah.dopl.gov. Thank you.